Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? It's your boy Jay Bari here with another another type video. This is a little different. It's a live stream. I saw an article, and I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about some few things in a live stream format. Because honestly, I just don't feel like turning on the PS4 and chopping up gameplay and all that stuff. I felt like being a little lazy. Not leaving my room or nothing like that. Creating this video. The convenience of Google Hangout sometimes. But yo, this live stream is not going to be long. It's going to be very short, actually. But I just want to talk about a certain topic. Before I get into that, though, it was said that Rime is coming out in May. See if I can find the actual article. Rime is coming out for in May. We all know that the game wasn't going to be a exclusive anymore since like last year or something like that, when Sony said that, yo, you got, I don't know what was going on between the developers and Sony, but Sony said, yo, we are no longer publishing the game. And I guess the Rime devs was like, okay, we're going to put it on multiple platforms now. And the game is now officially coming out in May this year. Surprising, this game was shown like 2013. I think at E3 it was shown. So that's 4 years. This game is in the making. But yeah, I just want to see if there's an official release date. Let me check 1 second. Oh, so it's coming to Xbox One, PC, and the Nintendo Switch in May. There was no release date given with it. So yeah, that kind of is crazy. Yo, Choco Robert, what's good, man? Yeah, we gonna get into the games for 2017 for a minute. I did a video like this, like I think like last month or like 2 months ago. Talking about the Sony on the PlayStation 4 2017 games, with the first 3 months and all the games that I'm going to be picking up and buying. Most of the games that I'm interested in, I already have picked up through digital pre-ordering. So I'm pretty much set. The only game I haven't pre-ordered yet was Tales of Vesperia, and I'm about to do that because I got like $100 in my wallet right now for PlayStation. Same old, same old. You already know. Yo, Jay, what's good, man? Happy New Year's to everybody. Definitely appreciate you guys, subbing and tuning in to these live streams and stuff like that. I put up 3 videos today in my 6th state. I put up 3 videos today, man. I just had stuff on my mind. Just wanted to talk about some stuff, and I spoke about Region Gamers while I was doing that video, and I was like creating a thumbnail or putting the thumbnails together because I'm very lazy when it comes to thumbnails. I know a lot of people put a lot of work into that stuff. I am very lazy when it comes to that. Yo, Titanfall Princess, what's up? Happy New Year's. Hope you guys had a safe one. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it and just had a good one, But yeah, I'm usually lazy when it comes to like thumbnails. I look up something on internet and I just post it up there, just to get like the thumbnail though has to have some type of connotation with whatever I'm talking about. So if you see like a silly picture, it most likely is like a silly kind of article or something. Somebody said something silly. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I did a video on that talking about Region Gamers, like where the hell did they come from? And I'm going to be doing more on Region Gamers because that's something that I'm going to be diving in and doing my investigating when it comes to these gamers out here in these streets. And also, I did a video congratulating everybody on the 1,200 subscribers that I reached. I didn't even know I was at 1,200. Well, I did say so. I think I said something in the party chat one time where I was like close to 1,200. But when I did the Region Gamer video, that's when I found out I was like at 1,206. So I was like, oh damn, you know what? I never did a video. Congratulating or just thanking everybody that subscribe and support my channel in a long time. I think like the last one I did was like when I hit 600 or 700, one of those, and I never did it in a long time. Yo, Dare Sanchez, what up? Yo, what's up? I'm on the loop. What's coming? Oh yeah. We gonna catch you up, man. We gonna catch you up. I did videos on that before, but one thing I like to do is I like to compare. You know what I mean? A lot of people have issues with people comparing. You know what I mean? Just because I'm more on the bias side of PlayStation. I like PlayStation. I love PlayStation. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, you're just comparing to be a fanboy." I mean, that's the gist of it. You know what I mean? People compare to see what's on the other platform and lining up with what your preferred platform has. 1 second, guys. 1 second. My bad, guys. That was my nephew. I'm sick, so everybody's over and they get me my soup and all that shit. But yo, so yeah, a lot of people compare, and I think that's a natural thing to do. No different than sports teams. I mean, if you're a sports fan, I'm a Giants fan. I'm going to compare to other football teams. Like, yo, this is the reason why I think the Giants is better than this team. I mean, you want to come up with different comparisons. And I think that's totally natural when there's things like that. But a lot of people look at it as like fanboyism and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Demi, what's good, man? John Bond, what up, man? Yo, Trigger Retro Fact, what's good? My man Shane in the building. And we definitely appreciate you guys coming through. But yo, so yeah, I did that video. Thanks everybody for subscribing and supporting me once again. And I did another video talking about hyping your shit. Where a lot of people in the gaming community, they look down upon people that hype games. And I never really understood that, because I'm a person that I hype what I'm interested in. And one reason why I do that a lot too is because of my background. I got a business administration degree. I have a concentration in marketing. And one thing I do love to do, that's a hobby, is just to market things that I like. You know what I mean? So a lot of people that's on my friends list on Facebook, they would know I like to market like Apple stuff, or there's times where I would market certain things on Microsoft side, like the Surface tablet. I think the Surface tablet is amazing. So I will always let everybody know things like that. Like technology wise, I'm always letting people know about routers. Just word of mouth type marketing. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that I like to do personally. You know what I mean? So a lot of people say, "Oh, you hyping games, you're hyping games." And one thing I do, if I hype something, please believe it, I'm buying it and I'm playing it. There's people that they do hype stuff and they don't necessarily buy the game, but you don't know the person's situation. Something could happen where they don't have the money at the time to buy that game, but a lot of people look upon that person like, "Oh, why are you hyping it?" You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, why can't he hype it? Yo, T-Man, cool, what's good, man? Definitely, thanks, appreciate for you coming through. But yeah, a lot of people get so upset at people hyping up games, like you're not supposed to be excited to play a game, or if you don't share the same sentiment as somebody about a game, you can't hype it. They'll come to your channel and say, "Why are you hyping this dog shit? These games are just niche. Nobody plays these games." Like who cares? I'm gonna play it. I like it. That's all it means. And through me hyping it, hopefully I'm detailed enough, or what I'm saying, I go into the game enough or talk about mechanics enough to get people also to be hyped about it, so they can purchase the game and try it out. That's how it works in a community. The way how people behave in the gaming community is a behavior that it doesn't want the gaming community to grow, because people get mad when you talk about games. People get mad when you talk about consoles. People get mad when you talk about sales to make sure people's actually knowledgeable on what's going on in the industry. People get mad over every blood clot thing in the gaming community. It's just funny to me. Everybody's like, "Yo, games, game, game," but when you hype it, it's you're not credible, or you're not supposed to do that because you're not buying the games. You know what I mean? There's many games that I hype and I play, where the majority of people is not buying these games, but I buy them. The people that I know that like these games, they buy them. But they want to look at that aspect. They want to look at you buying the game, or certain people within the community buy the game. What they always go to, they go to the casuals, people that they don't know, and they make these assessments saying that, "Oh, but nobody bought this game. It only sold it only sold 200K. Why are you hyping it? Because I bought it. I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get upset with people hyping games, but when you look at YouTube, a lot of people don't get upset when you kind of like bashing a certain game. You know what I'm saying? If you bash certain games and if you have like a negative stance toward the game, or you just have this neutral, lackadaisical stance on video games, that's when people look at you as like credible. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy to me, man. Yo, Frozen, what up, man? Um, Yo, Von Shell, what's good, my G? I definitely appreciate you guys coming through, man. But yo, let's get into this real quick. So those are the videos that I put up, matter of fact. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, please go and watch it. And just let me know your thoughts within those videos. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I just want to engage with the community. But yo, let me go into this real quick because this is funny as hell. Apparently, well, let me share my screen. And sorry if I'm coughing or if I sound like congested, because that's what it is. I can't help that. Let me get some stuff out of the way. Apparently it's a terrible thing to talk about these games that don't have release dates. And on the PlayStation side of things, a lot of people get upset that PlayStation gamers is talking about games, or Sony is marketing games that don't have release dates, right? But on the Xbox side, everything is fine and dandy. I'm pretty sure if a Scalebound commercial or Crackdown commercial came out, everybody will be excited. Everybody will be ecstatic, like, yeah, yeah. When they came out and they said that Crackdown is going to be sorry, they said Crackdown is going to be, I think, a Scorpio launch title. Everybody got excited for that, but did it have a release date? No. When State of Decay 2 had a announcement saying that this game is definite for 2017, and some people getting excited for that. But for some strange reason, when it comes to PlayStation and God of War and Spider-Man and Days Gone and what else game? Gran Turismo 7. I mean, not 7. Sport. For some strange reason, that is looked upon as a bad thing, and Sony ponies can't do no good, and they just hype games that they're not gonna buy or play and all that crap. But here we go. The coalition. I think this is my man's Tony website, or he's affiliated with his website. Big shout out to my man Tony. He didn't specifically write this article. Somebody else wrote it, but I'm looking at this article. Big shout out to Michi, because Michi's the one that linked it to me, and it's talking about the most anticipated Xbox/Windows 10 exclusive for 2017. Well, I noticed, like, in the Facebook groups, on Twitter, a lot of people is very hyped for these games. You know what I mean? A lot of people might not understand where I'm coming from when I'm making my point, because you personally are not seeing these things because you're probably not in the Facebook groups, or you're not following or watching certain people on Twitter. So you're gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about, J Bar? Well, I'm going off of my experiences and what I see, and what I see Xbox guys talk about. And here are the games right here. And if you notice something, there's like a few games on here that has a release date, like Halo Wars 2. That has a release date. Some people hype for Halo Wars 2. Some people, majority of the people that I know in the Xbox community aren't. Where they said they're not into the RTS type games. Which is crazy. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying somebody got to be interested in a genre or just buy a game because it's exclusive. But a lot of people, outside the fact that this game is an RTS, it's a Halo game. And a lot of people say they're fanboys of Halo and they love the lore. So I would assume that this game, Halo Wars 2, will kind of continue or have like an offset type lore when it comes to the Halo universe. That would try to pull you into getting this game, but apparently not. But yeah, this game is coming out February 21st, 2017. Let me see what the comments said. You're saying Scalebound canceled. I don't know. I hope Scalebound is not canceled. I'll be honest with you. If it's canceled, I'll be upset, because currently I don't have an Xbox One right now. But Um, once that Scalebound date gets released, I'm looking to get like a really cheap Xbox One S, and I'll play that game for sure. Even with State of Decay 2, I never played the original, but if they said this one has like multiplayer and stuff like that, I would get that. I'll get an Xbox and play that. But yeah, Halo Wars 2, February 21st has the release date. Hype level, not really there. Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 has been announced for the longest. Well, this game has no release date, but it says holiday 2017. So it has like a window, right? It's crazy though, because as much as this game has been, how long it's been shown, there's no date tying into it. That's the whole gist of this live stream, where a lot of people on the Xbox side, they look down upon Sony gamers for hyping up games that has no release dates, but everybody on the Xbox side is hyping this game up. Crackdown. Oh, I can't wait for the cloud to show what the cloud is really about. And I understand that this game might be some ways apart, but I don't even hear them talking about the cloud no more with this game. I don't even hear them just talking about certain gameplay mechanics with this game. You know what I mean? If it's supposed to come out in 2017, and I really think Microsoft is really failing in this aspect as far as them waiting for E3 all the time to talk about their games. They need, in my opinion, they need some type of event outside of E3. I think that was just more. I think that would be better just for like fan service and things like that. Like E3, yeah, I get it; it's important. A lot of people's watching, but you leaving your fans a little bit wary about this game for how many months now? They showed it in last E3 or Gamescom, and we haven't seen anything else from this game. We've seen more about Horizon Zero Dawn before it had a release date than Crackdown, and I think both of them has been announced the same year. You know what I'm saying? The marketing is two different levels, but what Microsoft lacks in marketing, the Xbox fanboys don't, because the Xbox fanboys are the ones that's really marketing their games. They're the ones that's podcast after podcast after podcast, bashing Sony, but talking about the hype levels of these games. These are AAA big budgets. Yay! You know what I mean? That's the whole stance for everybody. AAA big budget. We don't care about if Sony has release dates on this game because it's not a AAA and nobody care about those games. Which is crazy. But yeah, Crackdown 3 right there. Cuphead. Oh my God. Yo, I tweeted these devs on Twitter, and I was like, yo, listen, man. When is Cuphead coming out? And this was back in I think 2015. Or it might be 16. I'm not sure. It might be this year. It might be early this year. Or it might be like late 2015. I asked, where is Cuphead? Where is it coming up? Do you have like a release window? And the dev was like, the only window we see is the one we're working out of, and we'll give you more information when it's closer to release time. And this is just a smaller type game. You know what I mean? It's funny how a lot of people only hype the indies on Xbox, but they don't try to hype the indies on PlayStation. Or you can't, not don't, but you can't hype the indies on PlayStation. And I'm not somebody that agrees with that sentiment. I say hype whatever you want to hype. If it's an indie, if it's a AA, AAA, if you're interested in the game, talk about it. Tell me why you're interested. So that whole indie AAA versus shit, that don't phase me. But a lot of people, it does phase, where they tell people like I'm trying to think of a small game on PlayStation side, which is not even indie, but people still gonna consider it small. So I'm gonna say like next Machina. The game from Housemarque, people will tell you can't hype that game because it's an indie title and you shouldn't hype it. But on the Microsoft side, they will hype Cuphead because it's being published by Microsoft, not knowing that same game they telling people you can't be hype about is being published by Sony. So I guess games that's even being published on the smaller side by PlayStation, you can't hype it. It's still indie. But games that's being published that's smaller on Xbox, you can hype it. But yo, this game doesn't have a release date. It doesn't have a release. I'm still baffled on why this game doesn't have a release date. You know what I mean? I can assume and say that you're trying to make the game easier and they're making it into a platformer. But IGN, I think last E3, they were playing the game. They was playing the levels and all that stuff about the game. So I don't know. Where the hell is Cuphead? Yo, but fuck it, what's good, my G Dragon Swords? What is good, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. Yo, OG, Rizo, what is good, man? Sam Walton, what is good, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through, man. Um, where was I at? No, we're not here. We're here. So yeah, Cuphead. The game looks cool. It looks beautiful. The art style looks amazing. But no release date. So you know what I'm saying? No release date, guys. No release date. Can't hype it. Scale bound. Now, scale bound. This is the funniest scenario right here when it comes to scale bound, because Nier Automata just got announced that it is console exclusive to PlayStation, and it's coming to PC. And they'll be like, no, it's good. Yeah, it's console exclusive. I don't care what's your stance on console exclusives or what you think the word means. It's something that exists, and I understand. Yeah, there's some, you know, the word console exclusive can be, frustrating to people, I guess. But at the end of the day, on PC, a lot of those, I don't think people on PC like paying for the exclusive rights for this game. On PlayStation, you're paying for that exclusive rights, so it won't be on other competitive platforms like consoles. So they're coming up with a way to market their game for people to buy it on that platform, which they're paying for. So a game like Nier Automata, you know what I mean? I understand the reasons why you're using words like console exclusive, because on the console side, it's only on PlayStation. It's on PC. Yes, I understand it. But yeah, it's a marketing term that is being used this generation. It exists, people. It exists. It simplifies thing too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you're gonna say Nier Automata console exclusive instead of saying, oh, somebody asks you about Nier, like, yeah, Nier Automata, man. This game's coming to PlayStation and PC. So blah 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 blah. And this person don't really play on PC. They play on console. They're your friend, they're your buddy. They don't care about that PC shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people gonna chop that up and like, what the fuck is Jay Barry talking about? PC for life, bro. But yeah, I don't care about the PC platform, honestly. But going back into this Scalebound, this game has been announced for the longest too. The times that it's been shown, it been looking real choppy. As far as like, just the trailer or the gameplay, you could tell there's some like frame rate issues with it. But nevertheless, I'm still excited for this game. Just the fact, the sheer extent that Platinum Games has taken with this game. I don't think they really made like an RPG this big in their arsenal of games. But yeah, that's one thing that excited me about this game. I was like, oh shit, this game looks pretty good. The dragon aspect and all that is cool, up tempo type game that people say is westernized because it's a Caucasian and he's wearing beats. It's a westernized game. So Scalebound, though it's a Japanese made game, remember Region Gamers, guys, it's a Japanese made game. For some reason, this is okay and people can hype this because more people is inclined to buy Scalebound than say Nier Automata, because Nier Automata, for some strange reason, people think that's not like a AAA game and it's not as big as Scalebound for some reason. But at the end of the day, Nier Automata has a release date. Scalebound doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Scalebound does not have a release date. So, should you be hyping that? According to the Xbox guys' logic, no. You shouldn't be hyping up games that don't have release date. Remember, that was the whole thing in E3. That was the whole thing for PlayStation Experience. You can't hype these games don't have release dates. Microsoft, as long as this game has been released, announced, it has no release date. Sea of Thieves. This is another game. I thought this game had a release date, but I guess it doesn't. They're saying Q1 2017, which I don't understand how you have Q1 2017 when we're in 2017. And you know what I'm saying? Q1 is basically what? In layman's terms, I know Microsoft might be a little different what Q1 is, but for what people generally, I'm not gonna go in the business aspect of what people generally think Q1 is usually people can tie Q1 into, January, February, March. You know what I mean? You look at April sometimes with Q1, right? I know Microsoft has a different, quarterlies, and Sony have a different quarterlies. I understand all that business side, but that's what people generally think about when they see Q1. So the fact that we're in January and you're still saying Q1, that's not a good sign, in my opinion. I think this game is going to get delayed, and you're going to see some type of pushback for this Sea of Thieves probably later in the summertime. In my opinion, probably spring, summertime is going to be coming out. That's my thoughts. Somebody might have a different thought on that, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to get pushed back because there's no way you should have Q1 here still. No way. We're in January. Talk about the game. I don't see nothing since. I haven't seen anything. What was it since Gamescom for this game? So if this game is really coming out Q1, where's a new trailer? You know what I'm saying? I know there's like a beta. I think people was in there for a beta, but that was really, really on the hush. So, but yeah, I think this game is gonna get delayed. OC, I'm much more inclined to believe that this game has a better chance launching early, late into spring 17 instead. See, I didn't even read this paragraph, yo, and that's what right there, boom, exactly what I just said. I agree with this author. This author is very smart. Yo, State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2, we haven't really seen anything from this game. We just seen a little trailer. But the trailer looked good. Trailer gets you hype for those people that definitely enjoyed State of Decay, the first one. I know a lot of people wanted to be multiplayer and they want to expand the game a little bit, and they've been listening. So I can't knock anybody for this, even hyping this, because even though it doesn't have a release date, it seems like they're listening to what fans want from the game. You have your single player and you have your multiplayer zombie survival game. Oh, so it is multiplayer as well. So yeah. So I think that's a good thing that Microsoft is doing with this game, because from what I heard, this was a very popular indie. I said that indie. You know what I mean? State of Decay was an indie that was published by Microsoft. Well, now it's not. Well, truly, it's not an indie, but it's an indie developer that made it, and it's being published by Microsoft. Let me stay my course and my stance on that. When Sony or Microsoft publish a game, I don't think that's an indie. It might be an indie developer, but it's not indie. But yeah, I heard this game had a lot of like issues with it, just like mechanics wise or gameplay wise, performance wise. But I can see why this is having a to be announced on here. But they did confirm that it's coming out 2017. But going back to the Xbox guys' logic, no release date. Why are you hyping it? And I see a lot of hype for State of Decay 2. Forza Motorsport 7. Nobody. This is just an assumption. Microsoft haven't said nothing about this, but then they said something about there will be a Forza game each year. I think they said that when Forza 6 was announced or when that was releasing, there will be a Forza type game every year. And Microsoft is definitely pleasing the racers, the racing fan guys out there on the Xbox platform. You love your racers, yo, you're gonna love Xbox. You know what I mean? You can't deny that. But a lot of people probably fatigue from it. I don't really play Forza like that. I played Horizon 2. I played Horizon 3 a little bit, friend's house and stuff like that. I genuinely like the Horizon series. I think that's a cool concept. And the things that you can do within that game is just that screams the social aspect of Xbox Live. You know what I'm saying? So fun games, but it's a lot of them. I mean, there's been like what? Forza 5, Forza Horizon 2, Forza 6, Forza Horizon 3, and Forza 7. If this is true, this is going to be the 5th Forza game in 4 years. So that's crazy. But yeah, no release date. Everybody assumes September. I mean, which is a great assumption because generally most of the Forza games come out in September. So I can agree with that, assumption. Yo, Bear Hugger, what's good, man? Yo, Mike, What is good? Demigod Reviews. What's good, man? Thanks for coming through. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I do think this is a set in stone assumption. You know what I mean? This is a good one. Somebody was to tell me, man, I don't think Forza 7 is gonna come out next this year. I look at that person like, do you not follow the history or the track record what's going on with this franchise on the Xbox One? And I personally don't think it's bad, you know what I mean? Because it sells pretty well. I think it sell over 1 million or 2 million each series. I don't know if I'm correct on that, but I'm gonna assume it sells pretty well for them to come out and say, yo, we're gonna have a yearly Forza game out. You know what I mean? You gotta be selling well for that. You know what I mean? I don't think they would come out with a yearly Forza if it wasn't like selling well. But once again, using the Xbox logic, with the Xbox guys' logic, no release date. You can't hype it. You know what I mean? PlayStation Experience launch. You got some release date, not release date. We got some announcements. No release dates. Can't hype it. That's everybody's video was about. Why is PlayStation guys hyping these games? There's no release dates. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Forza 7. So they got some honorable mentions here. Like one thing I would like to see what Microsoft do, or even like somebody on the Xbox side, is not just list games that you're interested in. You know what I mean? Anybody can do that. Anybody can list a game that they're interested in. And I'm not saying you can't do that. You know what I mean? That's the most common thing, the most right thing to do. But I want to see an Xbox channel list games from an objective standpoint. You know what I mean? Just saying what's coming to Xbox exclusively, Windows 10 or whatever. However it makes everybody happy if I say Windows 10. You know what I mean? But that's what I like to see an Xbox channel do. I don't really see people on Xbox. They only talk about, oh, well, we got Scalebound. Oh, we got State of Decay 2. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, these are triple A, big budgets. And I don't even think State of Decay is a big budget. You know what I mean? I don't even think, well, Crackdown, if the cloud stuff is true, I think that's going to be a big budget. But yeah, I just want to see people list games, smaller games, the indie games. Like, what indie games are exclusive on Xbox? What, arcade titles, double A games are exclusive on Xbox. Only one I've seen on a lot of websites or people talk about is Cuphead. And I think this game, it looks cool and all, but yo, I don't know where the hell this game's at. This game's been shown in 2014. It was shown in 2014. Where the game at? I don't know. Yo, Mr. Official, what's good, man? Definitely appreciate you coming true for your boy. The Alpha console. Nah, that console has been discontinued, Grim. Sorry. But yeah, man, this is the Xbox side. Games that people are hyping up that has no release date. So anybody that tells you can't be hyped for a certain game that it looks interesting to you on a PlayStation side, just tell them like, yo, so where's the release date on these games? You know what I mean? Where's the release date? I see you hyping them. Where's the release date? You know what I mean? So yeah, you can always fall back to that. But here's the January titles. I'm not going to go full in depth as far as February and March, because I did a video like that before, going through the 3 months. But here are some of the games for PlayStation. And like these games right here that's being listed, not all of these are exclusive. You can pretty much tell the exclusives on here, but not all of these are exclusive. So these might be multi-platform on Xbox or, whatever. Oh, but they did announce that Persona 5 and Yakuza 0, that is exclusive to PlayStation. I know the rumor is going out there that this might go to like the Switch or PC. And the creator of those games, they was like, no, it's a Sony thing, it's a PlayStation thing. Those games are not going to be on other platforms. I think I did retweet that somehow. Let me see if I can get like a visual for people that don't believe me on that. Go to my profile. This is my Twitter, by the way. I do like it. and retweet a lot of things that people do. Oh, here it is right here. Uh, Persona 5 platforms, PS3, PS4. Yakuza 0 platform, PS4. That's it. No Switch, no PC. I don't know about the box label. That's a Sony thing. So yeah. So there you have it. Go there you have it right there, guys. Those games are exclusive to PlayStation consoles. So I don't know who's upset about that, but there you go. All right, but yo, here we go. So we got MX versus ATV. This game is not popular, but this is a long lasting franchise. And I guess somebody's buying these games up. I see them like every month, not every month, but they come out a lot. So yeah, that's coming out. Hatsune Miku Project Diva. This is definitely not my type of game. I did buy, what was that other game that came out? It's a girl game. Like you're like a musical band, and the battle system is like Final Fantasy X. I didn't play that game yet, but I did buy it for like $12. It was on sale one time. I forgot the name of it though, but it looks cool. But this game, Project Diva, no, that's not my shit. Spheroids, January 10th. See, a lot of these games have release date. Oh, Tales of Berseria demo. I didn't know that. So they're having a demo for Tales of Berseria. I personally, I like Tales of Zestiria. Like I said, I know a lot of people. I didn't play the previous Tales game, but when I played Zestiria, I liked the story. The battle system was pretty okay. I do like the fact that you can control the AI, or you can switch over to them. And yeah, the story to me just had a lot of oomph to it. Even the art design, I felt like it was a well-made RPG. So I definitely like that. So Tales of Berseria, I would definitely be buying that for sure. And I didn't pre-order that game yet, but I'm going to pre-order. But I didn't know there was a demo coming out. Xenoraid, I don't know what it is, but it's cross-buy. That's the 10th. Road Redemption, I think this is like a PC game. Now it's coming to PS4. I heard it was trash. 2064 only, read only memories. Don't know what that is. Alteria, I don't play the Alteria games. I know this is a long lasting franchise as well. I think this franchise has been on like PS2 or late PS2. I know they've been on PS3 heavy, and they always come in those like special edition boxes. I know this game right here. I don't know if a lot of people buy them, but apparently they keep pumping out games. Fate Extelia Umbrella Star. I was excited for this game until I heard that there's no like multiplayer within it. But this is a game I'm not gonna pick up day one. I'm gonna wait on this, probably like summertime, and I'll pick that up. Siegecraft Commander. Don't don't know what that is. Gravity Rush 2, I already pre-ordered that. If you guys didn't play the demo for Gravity Rush 2, it's up. You can play it to your heart's content. I heard a lot of people was liking it. I personally didn't play it because I'm already fixated on playing the game when it launches. So when I'm so fixated on the game, I don't need to play the demo like that unless they offer me something like, if you play the demo, you get a cool little thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't play Gravity Rush 2 demo. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 final chapter prologue. This is one of my most anticipated games right here for 2017. One of my most anticipated. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts nut. I know a lot of people don't understand the story and all that stuff. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna try to do a podcast explaining the whole Kingdom Hearts lore. And it's going to take a while because a lot of people I know is going to ask questions, and that question might throw me off as far as what I'm trying to convey, as far as the timeline. So yeah, be patient with that one. But Kingdom Hearts, I just think more people are confused by this game because a lot of people didn't play it. You know what I mean? And I understand the confusion of Kingdom Hearts because the way how Square released the game, they released it on multiple platforms, different chronological order as far as the timeline. And that can always confuse somebody. But if you play the games, if you're into Kingdom Hearts, I think it's something that you can pretty much easily understand, honestly. Especially with the characters and certain things. Like I was talking to Zobi and Frozen and Thunder Shank the other day. Like there's certain things within the game that they break, like certain rules they break within the game. But they do that because characters become so popular And a lot of people, if you look at Kingdom Hearts forum, a lot of people were like, "Yo, this character can't die. This character can't die, man. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get this character back on here right now." So yeah, that's why you see like some characters coming back, or certain things. Just it's explained, but they made a rule and then they break it. Yo, Mr. Official. Yeah, I'm a they gonna learn it, man. They gonna learn it, man. I'm gonna try my best. It's gonna be a long ass podcast too. Like I said, we going to Kingdom Hearts 1. We going to Unchanged Memories. We're going to 350 Days Over 2. We're going to Kingdom Hearts 2. We're going to Birth by Sleep. We're going to, Recoded. We're going to Dream Drop. This I ain't played, so I can't help you out with Dream Drop. But yeah, let's get back into it. 1 second. So yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Moto Racer 4, Resident Evil 7. I know a lot of people is excited for this one. I personally am not getting Resident Evil 7. I played a demo many times in VR, and that right there is an experience, man. I'm like, yo, I can't do that. How long is Resident Evil games? You know what I mean? I can't do that in VR the whole time. That would be a crazy experience, yo. Like that demo right there, the kitchen, scary stuff. So I'm gonna refrain from Resident Evil 7. I never was like a Resident Evil guy per se. I did join them when I was a little kid, but I never really got into the story. I know a lot of people that are interested in it, and I never take that away from them because they enjoy it. But me personally, Resident Evil is not something that it's something that I will hype, or I'm favoring playing. Tales of Vesperia, you already know I'm going to be playing that. But that's a lot of these games are going to take the back seat because, as you can see, Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil 7, Tales of Vesperia, Yakuza is all on the same date. And I mean, like I said, when it comes to the PlayStation side, these are not just 10-hour, 8-hour games. These games you playing 40, 60, 80, 100 hours into. Out of all of these games, I think Tales of Vesperia might be the shortest. Well, RPG, not including Resident Evil. If you go Kingdom Hearts, Tales of Vesperia, Yakuza, I think Tales of Vesperia might be short. Yakuza, that you can extend the Yakuza games because they have a lot of side stuff to do and all that. But even from my experience of playing a Tales game, like Vesperia, I was doing mad side quests, and still I beat that game in 40 hours. But then you got Syndrome on the 26th. Digimon Next Order. I know a lot of people are excited for Digimon. Digimon, the first game, Cyber Sleuth, was cool. I need to finish that too. I need to finish Cyber Sleuth. And that's the only reason why I'm holding back on Digimon, because I want to beat the first one. And I'm not far away from beating the first one. I think I'm chapter 7. And I'm thinking there was like 10 chapters or something like that in the game. Frozen can probably correct me on that. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be a long title. Hold on 1 second. Then you had Divide. Then you have Dynasty Warriors, God Seekers. Then Hitman Collection is coming out. Abzu, the retail version of Abzu. I was about to say Abzu already came out. Apollo 11 VR game. That's probably like an experience. I don't think you're gonna be doing that much gameplay in that. Dying Reborn, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is cool, because I swore when this game got announced, I seen on Twitter somebody said this game was like $40, and I'm like, what? But I seen it on the Xbox store for pre-order, and it's $15. So that's cool. Ceruleum 2, Skylar and Pucks, The Adventure Clover Island, Flame in the Flood Complete Edition. All right, so those are the games right there, man, for the PlayStation side in January. And as you can see, a lot of those games got release dates. You know what I mean? A lot of those games got release dates. Something that the games that we was looking at on the Xbox side that I see a lot of people hyping up, that doesn't. It doesn't have any release dates. So it's just kind of funny to see that dynamic with people and how they tell you, the gamer, you can't hype a certain game, or you can't, be hype. You can't be hyped for a certain game because it doesn't have release dates. But on their platform that they prefer, you barely have any release dates for these games. You got one release date, Halo Wars 2. And like I said, Halo Wars 2 is funny to me how people's not really excited for that. And all these Halo fanboys that love Halo lore. I understand. I'm not trying to tell people go ahead and play games that you're not interested in, especially genres. But the fact that it's a Halo game and the lore and all that stuff is going to be there in the Halo universe, I'm kind of like, how you not excited for that? It's crazy.
A lot of people not into RTS.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that, but the lore is still there. The story. Everybody that's so fanboyish about the Halo franchise. And
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
get it.
more so. I think it's more so like the gameplay than it is the franchise itself. Because a lot of people treat Halo like they treat COD. They go straight to multiplayer. What's the thing that people praise about Halo? It's multiplayer. Oh, I love the style of the mechanics and all that stuff. So, you know,
But that's what Halo Wars is multiplayer. You got multiplayer in it. You can fight
but
against other people. I would assume you can.
it's the style. It's the style of game that it falls under. Though, yes, it's multiplayer, but that style of game, I don't think really resonates with a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that type of stuff. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Why are you trying to claim games on some but not on all the other systems it's on? Uh,
Like
because
what?
because one is being marketed for, and one has the exclusive rights to it, not a PC platform. I mean, I don't agree with nobody with that. If you say this Alienware Alpha, that's PC to me, and it's not a console in layman terms of things. Yeah, in the and when you break it down and look at it, you know what I'm saying, most people is going to see it as a console, but in most people's eyes, the majority eyes, is not a console. Just like console exclusive is not really a thing, but it has been created into a thing by these publishers trying to market on their platform. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. I don't think it's hard
But
to
most games that
decipher.
most games that were shown though are exclusive though, like full exclusives. There's a lot of first party exclusives or exclusives, however you want to put it, coming out. Period.
Yeah,
So I mean, not everything ain't only on PlayStation, but I'd say a majority of what has been shown so far is. You feel me? Like just in the first 3 months, we got like 10, almost 10 only on PlayStation games coming out. So it's like, you know, what's the problem? I mean, I think the biggest problem with a lot of things is, you know, what is exclusive? The term changes whenever Microsoft changes. That's how I feel. Like
yeah,
exclusives 2 years ago when the gen first started was, is it only on PlayStation? If it's not only on PlayStation, then it's not exclusive. Then when Microsoft changed this tune, it became, oh well, uh, the platform has to be within the same domain as the company, and all. It's like, yo, look, it's exclusive.
yo,
You
why
feel
is
me?
Kingdom Hearts multiplat? That's a good question. Uh, but I think they just want to get as much money as possible. But I think Kingdom Hearts, the collection 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8, I think that's more like fan service to the PlayStation gamers. And probably Sony paid a big penny, to keep those exclusive. Because let's be real, a lot of people when 1.5 when that came out, a lot of people say, why on Xbox side, why is Sony with these remasters on PS3? Why are they remasters? When 2.5 came out, why are these remasters? And for some strange reason, a lot of people didn't care about Kingdom Hearts until that E3. when they found out it was multiplayer. So, you know what I mean? I don't think people on the Xbox side really care about Kingdom Hearts, honestly.
I think so. I think so as well. I mean, they're gonna be, if that's their first Kingdom Hearts, I feel they'll be very lost. So it may turn a lot of people off. Just that sentiment alone. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But
'Cause
yo, Crunk, what up, man? I didn't want to have this thing so long. I was just talking about how it's so everybody can hype up Xbox on the Xbox side. Everybody can hype up these games no release dates. But it's a sin to do that when it comes to the PlayStation side. And I just wanted to convey my point through this live stream with that on there.
It's the truth. I mean, people talk about games being delayed and games not having release dates, but Microsoft does it too.
Yeah, factual.
I think PlayStation just has more. My thing is, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. When Sony was getting given release dates and then shit was getting delayed, then people were mad. Then when Sony was like, you know what, we're not gonna give release dates, period. We just gonna show y'all what we're gonna show y'all, and then you'll know it's coming. They're mad at that too. So it's like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Basically, they want you to be like Fallout, and when you say it's coming at E3, then the next few months, that's when it drops. That's unrealistic. Every game isn't gonna do that. I'm just sorry. It's not. Like we've been hearing about Scalebound, what was it? That's what Scalebound, Crackdown, Cuphead. We've been hearing about them joints for the last 2 years?
3 years.
3 years? Like not Crackdown, freaking Cuphead. We've been hearing about that forever, and it still ain't dropped. So I'm just saying, it happens on both sides. It's like. You can't. It's like pot calling the kettle black. Like you're doing the same exact thing.
Facts.
But they say, oh, it's only PlayStation. No, it's Microsoft as well. But they do. But most of the time, the stuff that they talk about, it comes out that next year. But some of the stuff they talk about, we already know it's coming. Like everybody know Forza coming. Like let's be real.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
It's an assumption. It's not even an assumption. We know it's coming unless they like drastically change something.
Yeah, I'm showing this trailer for the upcoming PlayStation exclusives or console exclusives coming. This had been updated though because there's 2 games on here that they said that they didn't have any time frame as far as when it's coming. That's Detroit. And what was the other game? I know it was Detroit. I think Shuhei came and said Detroit wasn't released or anything wasn't announced for 2017.
But the developer said it was though.
Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, and Dreams as well. Which Dreams? I don't know why this game's taking so long. But VR is here now, and I think this game needs to be out there in a while. And I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy Dreams like that anyway. So. I don't know.
I mean, I know the devs on Twitter said that it is coming. If it is or isn't, I don't know, but I'll be happy if it does. I love Quantic Dreams games. I didn't get to play Beyond Two Souls though, so I need to go buy that for the year. Maybe
I think that game is coming 2017. It's gonna come like August or September.
Yeah, I think so too. They've been working on this game since Beyond Two Souls. Like that was late. Like I think Beyond Two Souls came out 2013, and it got kind of mixed reviews. So they got that was it David Cage. I think that's his name. They got a lot to prove. Quantic Dream has a lot to prove. And from what we've seen, I think it's gonna be good.
Yo, the biggest place to play your biggest games. That's the slogan.
I'll say this much for Dreams. I don't have interest in that game at all. I haven't seen enough of it. I don't know what the game is. It's got like that No Man's Sky feel to it. Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think that game needs a little bit more than the building aspect for me to get that game. Because like one thing I love about Little Big Planet, it's not just a creator game. That's an added feature within the game. There's a full-fledged, platforming game in there. So you know what I'm saying? If you want to do the creative aspect stuff, that's fine. But with Dreams, from how they're marketing that game, it's a creative experience for those people that like to create worlds and stages and all that.
Yeah,
I hate that creative.
I don't understand. Like, I don't even get Minecraft like that, but it's a place for it. But I don't know if they scrapped it or not, because we were supposed to get a beta and all this crazy shit, and we ain't heard nothing from that game since what, E3? We haven't heard nothing about that game. Like, they went underground. So either they're tweaking it, fixing it, and adding things to it, or it's down in the glooms right about now. Like, I don't know what to even expect from Dreams. I'm not even looking forward to that game. Like, I'm being real with you. But if other people are, that's good. It'd be something for them to play. Because it's certain games that I may not like, but everybody else may like it. So
I think that game is getting the scale bound treatment, where they're making it into a full fledged game outside of the whole creative stuff.
So they need to.
Scalebound. It was originally just a boss rush game, but now it's going to have platforming elements in it.
It needs to. Same thing like I was saying with No Man's Sky. Like, there was things that game needed, it just didn't have. So I'm like, yo, if they need to put stuff in that game to make it an actual game, make it an actual game.
Oh, but No Man's Sky, they definitely added that builder stuff that they promised. They added that into the game now.
Yeah, but it's too little, too late.
I don't think it's too little, too late with No Man's Sky, because it sold well. I know a lot of people going to use it.
I mean, it sold well, but come on, let's be real. Like, come on, Barry.
No, I'm being dead serious. You already know me. I don't go by what everybody says.
No, I'm not going by what everybody says, but I'm just being real. Like, it had the Watch Dogs effect. It was an anticipated game for a lot of people, and a lot of people were disappointed in that game.
Yeah, a lot of people were disappointed in there, but the things that
it sold, but I mean the disappointing factor.
Now,
same thing.
I
was disappointed in Watch Dogs, and I bought it.
No, the game. My biggest disappointment was Division. That was a game that I think
it sold well too. It sold
super well.
Yeah, but people were disappointed.
One thing about the Division and No Man's Sky, when No Man's Sky dropped this update, people went back to that game. When Division dropped this update to fix the quote unquote stuff, nobody.
Who went back to No Man's Sky? The people that sold that game back.
No, I seen when that update came, and I went to that game. I seen a lot of people on my friends was playing No Man's Sky due to that update building stuff.
I saw people going and seeing what it was, but I didn't really see nobody
that's more than what happened to the Division. I see the Division update, and I didn't even blink an eye because I was just so turned off by that game. That's what I'm saying. Who's playing I can guarantee you can go on your friends list and catch somebody playing No Man's Sky. You're not catching nobody playing Division.
Not well. That your friend list is different than mine. I know some people who play the Division. They like hard body on that shit. I mean, to me, the Division isn't a horrible game. That game just got boring after you got level 30. Because before you got to level 30, this shit was awesome. But after that, it was like no end game. It just wasn't hooking for me. But to get to level 30, that was fun. But yeah, I'll give you that though.
Turned off because there was just too many exploits in that game where people was just coming into. They just bought the game, and in a day, people was getting these super guns and all that stuff because they're playing with their friends and all that shit. And
you talking like the multiplayer aspect?
Yeah, multiplayer, the missions, that little strikes. I know it's not called strikes, but people was glitching through the wall to beat enemies and stuff like that. I was like, yo, it's not making, especially somebody like me that I play. Well, I'm not gonna say I do that with every game, but with the Division, I go to the Division that's ready to cause some trouble. Like I go into the Dark Zone, I want to cause the trouble. I want to pick on people. But you can't pick on nobody in that joint because people is glitching through walls, or people is getting these OP-ass guns through some exploit, and it just kills it for you. You know what I mean? That's like playing COD and everybody in COD got like level 55 guns and they're level 1. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, yo, come on, they killed it for you. But yo, 2017. I know not everything is announced in 2017, but what is your most anticipated game? Let's name one.
Persona 5. You already know.
That's what's
Persona
up.
5. I already know, man. Like I'm a huge fan of Persona 4. Actually, Persona 4 Golden got me back into playing RPGs again because I took a hiatus from RPGs for a long time in the PS3 era. Because I didn't get PS3 till like 09, 2010, and I had a PS2. So after the Call of Duties and all that stuff hit me, I let go of the RPG. So I got my Vita, and Persona was like the game that everybody told me to go buy, and I'm hooked. So Persona 5, I can't wait.
Yo, Hellblade. I'm interested in Hellblade because I like Ninja Theory. I like their combat. But the only reason why I don't really talk about Hellblade, I've seen all the dev commentaries, but they don't really show like an official trailer as far as gameplay and the battle system. So once I see that, not battle system, but the combat. So once I see that, then
They
I'll be
showed that. I think they have showed that. You looked at their director diaries.
they show that in like the dev diary as far as how they're creating the combat system, but they didn't really show like a full blown out trailer. Like say how
Oh, you want something like how they showed Neo?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
A little bit more of the mechanics. Like I've seen all the dev commentaries, and I think it's cool that they're doing that. But a lot of people's not watching that, and a lot of people don't know about Hellblade like that, in my opinion.
A lot of people don't, but I think if Ninja Theory gonna be doing it, I got faith in their combat system. They're doing combat like that. So
Yeah. What about you on Persona?
Horizon. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
That Aloy?
Yeah, man, that shit is. Yo, that game is crazy. Like that. That's just that game's really blown my mind. I'm really interested in to see the story, to try to combat out and everything with that game. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Horizon.
yeah, I heard they actually got they hired a writer, so we may be surprised that the actual story is actually pretty good. Cause they really can't tell a story like that.
I'm the opposite of everybody else. I love Killzone story. I think Killzone story was in depth. Shadowfall, I think it could have been a little bit better as far as flushing out the Hellglass, as far as the things that is going on, like make it a little bit longer. But Killzone got a real good story to me. It's a very dark story too. You know what I mean? I like it personally. I hear a lot of people say that. I'm like, okay. And when I ask people, explain what you don't like, they can't do it. They be like, it's just not good. I'm like, okay, what's not good? You know what I mean? But I do hear a lot of people say that stuff, but I personally, I like
it
Killzone.
wasn't interesting to me. Like it didn't keep me engaged at all. Like I got bored very easily.
Like 2 and 3.
I mean, that's just me. I've only played 2 out of the 4 kill zones out of the franchise. I like 3's better than I did Shadowfall. Story wise,
I like 3 better than like Shadowfall is the weakest.
Yeah,
of the PS3 games. I like 2, then I like 3, then I like Shadowfall. I think 1 was good, but
played 2.
1 it felt rushed with story, but 2 definitely opened that shit up.
Like Killzone is cool, but I think like story wise, I've always said that I think Resistance had a way better story than any of the Killzones.
Yeah, Resistance story is better than Killzone. Resistance story dark too. But 2 Resistance story they went kind of crazy. 3 they brought it back to like the original Resistance.
Yeah, like I've always said that, but yeah, hopefully the story's good.
If I was to choose something, but at first it was definitely Horizon, but my hype for Kingdom Hearts is beyond anything. 2017 because, like I said,
remasters count. I thought. Dang. Okay.
I wasn't gonna put no. Come on, Barry. You being cheap right now. Just talk about an actual.
No, I'm not talking about the collection. I'm talking about 2.8. Because I definitely want to, see the continuation of Aqua's story. Because I think Aqua is a beast. And just I was looking at Kingdom Hearts trailers, the announcement trailer again, and all that stuff, and I'm seeing like the little key things in the story from the trailer, like Sora picking up Master Ekira's sword, and we already know that Aqua, she was inherited with that sword. and they're making a continuation to Aqua's story, because after in Birth by Sleep, Aqua's story, she put Ventus to like a little hiding spot because Ventus was unconscious due to the whole fight between him and Vanitas and creating the X-Blade that he had within him. So like Ventus is like in the sleep state, and Ventus is so linked to Sora, like on a heart level and all that good stuff. And I just want to see the continuation of Aqua and what is going to happen as far as she leading up to Sora, so they can continue 3. And to me, that I just can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for this joint. Like, I'm super excited to play this. And I didn't play Dream Drop Distance, so that's 2 games that I'm excited to play. That's 2.8 and Dream Drop Distance. I heard Dream Drop Distance wasn't as good as the previous ones, but it's still a game that I haven't played yet. I'm not talking about the remasters. I'm talking about the new game, 2.8. But yeah, Horizon's definitely up there, but I'll be lying if I said I'm more excited for Horizon than Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Yeah, Horizon is on my number 2. If I'm not, yeah, it's on my number 2.
Yeah,
it's close though. But Persona just something about that game, man. I'm gonna have mad hours in that game.
Oh, Divided. I gotta look up Divided to see what that is. But this is the thing that I want to say before I wrap this up. Not everybody's going to be interested in the same games when it comes to this super list of a PlayStation. But the fact that everybody can list something different as far as what they're hyped for or excited for, that's telling enough that Sony is definitely offering a lot of variety to their gamers. They're definitely supporting their gamers as far as what they want. Games. You buy this console for games, so you have a whole bunch of games that's coming out. Not every game I expect everybody to buy or support, but there are games in there that people's going to be excited for, and you're going to play it. And when I ask the same question to everybody always have like a different game. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Jaleesa said Persona 5. Persona said Horizon. I said Kingdom Hearts 2.8. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, am I not excited for Persona? Is Persona not excited for Persona? Yeah, we're excited for that. Are we not excited for Horizon? I think we all excited for that. But as far as the top list, I think everybody have like a different standpoint of games. I think that's great.
Different games too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's great. And people is using that like a negative. Like, oh, Sony's just offering all these games that nobody's going to buy. You know what I mean? No, the fact that the stuff is being offered that people can actually try out or people can, look into, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like Bear Hugger right here, he said Divided. I didn't know what Divided is, but yo, Jay, I heard you didn't favor me. Nah, it's not that I didn't favor you. When I was watching your video and you said that Final Fantasy 15 story was amazing, like I get where you're coming from, because don't get it twisted. I love Final Fantasy 15, the game, and I do think that there's a great story there if you watch all the other things like Kingsglaive, Brotherhood, and I'm pretty sure that you watch that stuff, so you have a more deeper understanding than a majority of people that's playing that game with the story, right? But I'm just saying, just based off of the game itself, not including Kingsglaive or Brotherhood, that story is not as concise as previous Final Fantasy game, where I personally, I can't say it's great. Like everything overall within the 15 ecosystem, what they have done, what I mean, that's give you knickknacks about the game, the movie, the anime. I think that stuff is great, but I just feel like the game itself and going through the game, like while I was playing this game, I'm like, imagine if I didn't watch Kingsglaive or Brotherhood. I wouldn't know the importance of this ring that Lunafreya is carrying. I wouldn't know who Lunafreya is as far as a character, because even though Lunafreya is in the game, she wasn't really she wasn't really telling in depth as far as who this character is outside of the Oracle, and that she can, due to the fact she's the Oracle, she could talk to these deities that's trying to get Noxus, connected with these deities and stuff like that. But I just don't think the story was flushed out enough for people that just play the game to have a great experience with. That's the only thing I disagree with. But other than that, I everything connected, everything that's together, I think is a good story. But just judging the game, I can't. Yo, why people talk about lists today? Yo, I made a list popular, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's yo, Bear Hugger, yo, trust me, yo. I felt like there was a lot of like story writing decisions that was changed within the game. Like it was very telling. Like they had some type of dispute or something like, nah, we gotta omit this out the game or something like that, yo. It was very telling with that, man. But yo, speaking of Final Fantasy 15, Persona, he's gonna be having like a spoiler cast. So I think he's gonna have some of the council members. I don't know if you invited anybody outside the council on Persona, but if you want to do that, you can talk about
Oh
it.
yeah, if yeah. So I don't know if it's gonna be this weekend or next weekend. I just have to see how everybody's schedule is and whatnot. But I will be holding a Final Fantasy 15 spoiler cast, and if that's something that you guys do want to be a part of, I can't have like 100 people on, but if some of y'all want to be a part of the spoiler cast, just let me know, and I'll be happy to have you guys on, and we can all talk about it and whatnot.
Yeah. So Persona's gonna have that. Look out for his channel. More information on that. One character I did like too. I did like Arden. I really like
Arden was done very well. He was written
did like
very
him.
well.
My issues with Arden though is the fact that, like I said, and I think we talk about this in party chats where Arden, yes, we know him as this deceptive character, moving along with the story. But I felt like Arden was so deceptive that even the player didn't really understand what he was doing. You know what I mean? Where, like say Kefka. Kefka is a character very similar to Arden, but throughout Final Fantasy VI, the way how they did the story, you knew the type of stuff that Kefka was doing as a player. But within the character in the game, yeah, they was confused. But the player, you always had that knowledge that this guy isn't who he really, is. He's not who he's coming off to be. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Arden, they did such a great job with Arden that they made him so secretive that you didn't really find out his real deceit or stuff like that after you completed like chapter 13 or something. Like the deceit was real good with Arden. But that's a small little gripe. But overall, I think Arden definitely a cool character. That I think a lot of people would like, because he was that dude that's helping you out. But then you always just had it in the back of the mind like, yo, this guy, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Arden was a cool villain. He had a lot of characteristics of other Final Fantasy villains just into one. But overall, I think he had a lot of Kefka in him. Within the game, and Luna is Aeris. Luna's definitely Aeris, and she end up. I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna do that in Persona's podcast, the spoiler class. What's that? But any last word before we get up out of here?
Nah, you pretty much said it all.
You trying to say that I talk too much?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm just asking. I ain't want you to get an attitude or nothing. Yo, but Crunk, man, any last thing before we get up out of here?
Well, yeah, I know I came in a little late. I didn't know it was going to be open or whatnot, but I'm very happy at what we're supposed to be getting this year, from third party, second party, and from a first party title. So let's see what 2017 brings us, man. It's a new year. Finna start getting a whole lot of new games, and yeah, man, let's be gamers and let's play these games, man, and stop peeing on PS4s.
Oh.
Come on.
Controllers, man. That's what it's all
about. You hate the console, so you wrap it up saran wrap, but you don't cover your own bathroom floor. You hate your bathroom floor more than the PS4.
You gotta mop that shit up, like, bruh, you nasty fuck. anyways, but yeah, man, let's pick these controllers up, man, and enjoy these games. And
We put these keyboards
no
down.
matter, no
Oh,
matter,
that's a good one.
put these. No, we need to put these keyboards down and turn the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
Play some
Yo,
games.
but guys, this was like a last minute type, little, show, I guess, because today I was sick and I didn't head into work, so I had a lot of time to do some
You don't
stuff.
sound sick to me.
Nah, yo,
He sounds sick. I can tell.
sick. I was out of there, man. But it was fun, actually getting to do more videos and stuff like that.
Yo, you was on it today, bro. I watched all of them. I'm like, damn, this dude put up like 6 videos today.
Yeah, man. So I was like, you know what? I seen that article from the coalition. I was like, you know what? Let me go into this and let's talk about this whole release date, no release date notion that everybody has, that you can't hype these games without release date. But I'm just saying, like, if you're excited for a game and you want to play it, I don't see no issue with somebody sharing your sentiments as far as your hype for a game, regardless if you don't have a release date or not. You're excited to play it, talk about it. Talk about the reasons why. But I feel like a lot of people on YouTube, they tell you that you can't hype these games up and stuff like that because there's no release dates, or you can't hype this game up because they don't like it. But I just stayed on the release date standpoint because I see a lot of Xbox guys saying this thing where PlayStation guys hyping up games with no release dates. But as you can see, the whole announcement for Xbox outside of Halo Wars 2 ain't got no release dates. So what are we hyping those games for? You know what I mean? But that's not my general sentiment. That's not my thoughts. That's just me countering what people are saying about games not having a release date and you shouldn't hype it. Just explaining that to people. People gonna be like, "Oh, you just contradict yourself, Jay Barry." You know what I mean? But yeah, man. This is last minute, so my bad for the late announcement with this. But yeah, tune in, guys. The Council Podcast will be back next week on Thursday, and Persona is going to have his spoiler cast. Either I think it's next weekend. And also, if you guys are interested in Street Fighter 5, so next weekend, if you guys are interested in Street Fighter 5, we're having a tournament there. Final bout that is going to be on the 20th of January. There will be giveaways, so you guys have a chance to win games. All the games are pretty much bought and set. So yeah, there's going to be Xbox games. I have Record spoilers. I have 2 copies.
You got Record.
I bet you do. Bet you do got Record.
I got 2 copies of Record ready to give away for anybody that wins it.
They gonna get that shit right back.
I'm thinking about getting Gears 4 or Forza Horizon 3. And of course I'm going to have PlayStation games. I'm thinking about having also Nintendo Network card. The last tournament I was doing 3DS games as far as the older Pokemon games. So yeah, there's going to be stuff there for you guys to win. Throughout the weekend, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But also, if you guys are interested in signing up for the tournament, I'm going to have the link in there as well, so you can sign up. Don't be afraid to sign up, man. It's all fun. Trust me. It's going to be all fun. And yeah, we're just looking to have some fun. You can participate within the tournament and be in the live stream and win a game. There's people that have done that. So, just come out and have fun, man. But yeah, man, it's your boy Jay Barry. Just because you can't hide, just because you block me, doesn't mean I'm going. Yeah, that is fact, man. That is fact. Yo, Resurrection, what's good? Dez, what up, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through, but we're going to wrap it up here. I didn't want it to go too long. But yeah, man, we gone. Any last words before we go?
Let's get this gaming going, bro.
Facts.
Beginning of the year.
Facts. Deuces.
Deuces.